What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 4s to look at. The Air Jordan 4 Retro. This is the Bred Reimagined. Before we get into the review, do me a favor, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this Air Jordan 4 sneaker, it looks like they actually flipped the lid on this. Typically with the Air Jordan 4 boxes, you would have like this cement print on the bottom portion, and then the lid would actually be all black, and it would have like the flight branding, but this time they flipped it, so you do have like this speckled cement print for the lid. You do have your red Air Jordan Jumpman logo there with the flight branding there on white at the bottom. Now, for the most part, you do actually see more of that red Nike branding there on the lid. The bottom portion is all black. The bottom of the box actually does have, some branding. So you do have your Nike branding here. And then there's the red Jumpman with the flight branding, more Nike branding and copyright information there. So for those that do care about that, there you go. Now, the box label on the sneaker actually does read Air Jordan 4 Retro. The colorway says black, fire red, cement, and gray. So from here, when you open the box lid, on the inside, you actually do have this red print, on the inside. And then for the most part, when you do open the box, you are met with this white wax tissue paper, and it does actually have the speckled cement print there on the top. And it is double wrapped. Up underneath, you have some of this white wax tissue paper here. And then from there, you actually met with the actual sneaker. So the Air Jordan 4, if you guys don't know, for the most part, the original Air Jordan 4 Breds, they actually were all, it was like a nubuck material up on top. And then for the most part, you had the gray eye stains and things like that. But at the end of the day, they kind of just flipped it a little bit on this one. So they did actually just go ahead and give this sneaker an all leather upper. I do kind of like the leather, in my opinion. When photos started to surface for this sneaker, I wasn't really all for the hype. But now I do get it. It's just something different that Jordan Brand does every once in a while, just to kind of give us, different materials, re-releasing, the same colorways. But at the end of the day, this is a pretty solid release, so I'm here for it. But nevertheless, I ain't gonna talk y'all ear off. Let's go ahead and get into the review. Air Jordan 4 Retro Bred Reimagined. So let's go ahead and take a look at the right sneaker like we always do with my videos. So for the most part, it does look like what you would expect for most Air Jordan 4s. Again, the only thing that's a little bit different with this one here, they gave us this all leather upper here. Now let's start with the mid portion. So you do have that black rubberized netting material here, on this mid cage, and up underneath you do have that nylon mesh material. Going towards the back portion, you do have that black wing triangle there, and they did give us these cement gray lace crowns here and here, toward the bottom. For the most part, around the sock liner of the sneaker, it is all leather here, and then they actually did give us this hit of gray around the sock liner on the inside. Other than that, you are met with this black and white midsole. You do actually see, your air bubble there. That's, pretty standard with most Air Jordan 4s. And then you do have swinging up from underneath, you do have this rubber from the sole of the sneaker here in this gray. For the most part, that's pretty much it on this side, because it's an all black sneaker, all leather, and then you do have that hit of black there as well. Now swinging things over toward the front toe box area, you do have that all in that black dot leather material. They did give us this black mud guard here, and they did actually go ahead and go with the black stitching on this, and I'm glad they really didn't flip that at all. And then, like, you know, on the upper portion of the toe box here, you are met with more of that netting material with the black mesh up underneath. The sneaker does actually come pre-laced. They did give us these flat black laces here. No secondary lace option on the sneaker at all. Black is the where I would have stayed pretty much anyway. Coming up top, you do have an all leather tongue for the sneaker, and they did actually give us this black tab here, red Jumpman logo, and then you do have the Flight branding there. Going toward the back of the actual tongue, so like up underneath, they do have, like, you know, this red up underneath, and they do actually have that this is standard with most Air Jordan 4s. They have like this stitched white tag, and it does say Air Jordan upside down. Again, that's, you know, standard with most Air Jordan 4s. Swinging things over to the medial side of the sneaker, pretty much again like the sneaker is what you would expect from any other Air Jordan 4s, consistent with the other side. So it's pretty much all black leather, black along the mid cage, nylon mesh up underneath. You do have this gray triangle wing here, and then you do have the cement gray lace crowns here on this side as well. Black and white along the midsole. Up underneath, you do see that hit of red and gray, and then more of that gray and red going towards the front portion of the sneaker. Going towards the back, so they actually did give us this black pull tab. And they did give us the gray Nike Air branding there. And me personally, like, I've always been a fan of the Nike branding on the back tab of Air Jordan 4s and 3s. So I'm glad that they did kind of stick with the Nike Air branding and didn't switch it up there at all. Going toward the bottom portion of the sneaker, pretty much what you expect from you know, any other Air Jordan 4. And this is pretty standard, you know, with the Breds. They do have, like, you know, the hit of red, that gray, and then that hit of white and red up top. The mid portion here is all white, and they did go ahead and give us that red Nike branding at the bottom. Herringbone traction, just like any other Air Jordan 4, nothing different there for the most part. So in my opinion, yeah, man, this was a pretty solid release. Only other thing that I didn't mention was the insole of the sneaker. It is all red, and it does have the black Nike branding there on the insole of the sneaker. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. The sneaker didn't come with any shoe trees. They actually just gave us this tissue paper. I'm not going to take that out. The left sneaker is consistent with the right. Everything is pretty much the same on all sides of the sneaker. The only thing that was a little bit different on the left sneaker, they actually did give us this plastic black Nike Air hang tag. So I mean, I'm here for it. I love the fact that they did actually go ahead and go with this leather upper, because like Air Jordan 4s, whenever you do have that nubuck material, it just seems like, you know, it starts to look kind of like dingy and start to look faded after a while. I feel like this leather is going to help this sneaker stand the test of time. By it being all leather and black, like, I feel like you can kind of wear this sneaker until the midsole detaches from like the actual sneaker itself. But at the end of the day, if I was to rate this sneaker, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 10 out of 10. Yes, the Air Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined, they knocked this one out the park, man. Like, I don't feel like this was one of those sneakers where we actually necessarily needed to have circle swing back around, but I mean, I get it. Air Jordan 4 Bred, it is a classic, you know, Air Jordan 4 colorway. So at the end of the day, I do understand, like, you know, the hype surrounding this particular colorway, this particular color blocking on this sneaker. So I mean, I do know why Jordan Brand, you know, I see why they would want to bring it back. And I do love the fact that they've been actually giving us, like, you know, these reimagined sneakers just to kind of give us, like, you know, a different outlook on, like, you know, these sneakers, doing, like, you know, different, just swapping out materials and things of that nature. So I'm here for it, but I definitely want to take the time to shout out the vendor who got these over to me on the channel to review for you guys. If I were to rate this sneaker again, 10 out of 10. No way, shape, or form do I feel like they could have did anything different. I love the fact that they went with the Nike branding on the back of the sneaker. Again, the leather upper for me was pretty solid. Yeah, man, like this one right here, like, I get it. Like, it's definitely well worth the hype, definitely well worth the investment. If you want to resell it, whatever you're going to do with it at the end of the day, like I feel like this one you definitely need for your collection. As far as like sizing, I did throw these on feet, and it does fit just like any other Air Jordan 4. So for me, that's true to size. But again, like I tell you guys in all of my Air Jordan 4 videos, Air Jordan 4s are the pinky toe killer. So again, it's just the design of this sneaker. This slope right here along the pinky toe, it does actually give you like some sort of discomfort after a while. Like Air Jordan 4s to me have never been a sneaker that I can foresee you wearing all day. Now, it's just like any other sneaker. As you wear it, you know, and break the sneaker in, like, you know, it'll be more comfortable. That's just me. I would stay, you know, true to size. Don't foresee a reason to go up or down in size, just going up or anything. Like, it's not going to do anything to, you know, alleviate like that discomfort for the pinky toe. Just going up is just going to add more like wiggle room for the toe. So again, like me personally, I'm staying true to size on these. But I definitely want to, you know, thank you guys for tuning in like always. I do encourage you to stay engaged like always. I am on all social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, even here on YouTube, Twitter, all of them. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we get up out of here, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a 360 and a B-roll like I always do. But there you go. Air Jordan 4 Retro Bred Reimagined. So there's the front of the sneaker. There's the lateral side of the right. Lateral side of the left sneaker. There's the bottom portion there. There's the media side. And then there you go with the rear. But again, I do want to thank you guys, you know, like always, for taking the time to tune in. But until next time, see you later.